All right, so you could have the bolster at any height you like underneath your knees, just to give the knees a little lift, which is going to help the head of your femurs, your thigh bones, move into the back body, which will help ground the lower back a bit and at the same time relax the nervous system. Yay! Or ah. So as you come to lie down, you can just kind of let your feet fall open. If they feel better standing, then that's fine. But you're in an elongated, sort of supported bridge here, moving weight into the sacrum. And you could rest with the arms open at the sides if that feels good for you, or if it feels comfortable, let the elbows rest on the ground, but bring the hands to your torso, resting around the belly and around the heart, somewhere. And first, we will sense into the back body. Sense the connection of your sacrum to the earth. And that's the big bone at the base of your spine. And follow the breath from the base of the spine up through the spine to the base of the skull. So as you inhale, just imagine you're filling up from the root to your crown. And as you exhale, we pour back out from the head down to the tail. Waves of breath in the back body at first, focusing on sensing breath and awareness of the spine and the back body. As you do so, notice that as you've brought your awareness to the breath, it'll deepen and lengthen. And then I invite you to begin to play with the breath. Can you feel it moving your back body? Feel it pressing into the earth at all? Long, slow breaths in the nose and out the nose or the mouth, but have your mouth very soft. Let the jaw hang and your tongue be soft. Hi, Daria, welcome. Begin to bring breath awareness into the front body. Breathe into your low belly. Maybe your lower hand is somewhere around there. Really let the belly expand into your hand or just expand in general. Rise the breath up to the upper hand or heart center. Let the chest lift up. And as you inhale, we soften and relax the chest down. The belly draws back gently and maybe even a little contraction around the navel, moving towards the spine at the bottom of your exhale. Continued breaths in this way, inhaling, filling up, low belly, low back, rising up through the spine, lifting the chest. Maybe you can feel the breath in the back body there as well. And then breath awareness gliding down the spine. Long, slow breaths in the nose. Maybe begin to utilize that ujjayi breath, a slight closure in the back of the nose and throat. So you hear the sound of the breath. And we attune our mind to the sound of the breath. Breathful body expanding and contracting upon the waves of breath. And without any sense of force, but again, a sense of curiosity. Can you get the breath a little fuller, the belly to rise and expand a little more, the chest to rise and fill a little more? And as you exhale, a softening, a melting, a contraction into the back body. We're going to take about 3 to 5 more breaths here. You're welcome to stay just as you are, or if you like, for 3 breaths. Inhale brightly, fully as you can without strain. Pause at the top and hold. And as you exhale, we're just going to sigh out. I'm going to do my next 3 breaths that way. Please do them as you like. I'm going to invite you to take one more breath similar to that, but in this way, that as we inhale this time, we're going to take a little echo inhale. So you're almost full or pretty full, and then you just kind of gasp and take a little more breath in, pause, and then really let everything deflate. So if you want, you could try it twice, but really one's all that's needed. Yes, when you're ready. Notice the effects of your breath. And when you're ready, you can kind of just kick your bolster or pillow aside. And hopefully you don't have to move too much like I just did. But if you do, move slowly and reach down for your block. Let's bring the block so the short, narrow end is facing you between your upper inner thighs. Squeeze firmly onto the block and bring the elbows alongside of you. Elbows bent, palms face one another, spread the fingers wide. Press into the elbows and squeeze your shoulders on the back. Lift your chest, puff it up with breath, and then pull the low ribs down with your exhale. We're going to attempt to keep those low ribs fairly engaged and connected to the hips here. Make sure the chin is lifted so the pressure on the back of the head is right behind the upper ears. Squeeze onto the block, and you're going to imagine you're kind of pouring that block down to the earth as we begin to ripple through the spine. So next, inhale, squeeze block, root into heels, lift hips, lower back, middle back, upper back, lift chest, lift chin. Once you come up, please don't turn your head to the side. It's not so great for the neck often. And as you exhale, we'll ripple down, upper back, middle back, lower back, hips. Notice, of course, that the more firmly you squeeze that block, the more core and leg strength that you're engaging. So this could be much gentler, softer practice, or there could be much more heat and strength building in this practice. It's up to your body today. Same thing with the arms. They could be kind of bent and hanging out or very activated. Spreading the hands, squeezing muscles to bones, press into the shoulders and lift the chin. Really press into the back of the head. Pretty much all of this need that. All of us need that. that press of the shoulders and the back of the head to engage that cervical curve to get it out of tech neck, if you will. And we're flowing with the breath here. So every inhale, root into heels, squeeze block, spin block down to earth, lift lower, middle, upper, chest, chin, and then lower down, upper, middle, lower back, and then hips. Articulating with your breath, we're going to go about 5 more. Of course, you could slow it down or pause anywhere if you need to do less. And keep that jaw and tongue as soft as you can. All sounds encouraged. And last wave of breath. And we're going to come back up one last time into your bridge. And this time we're going to bring the arms up overhead on the floor. Slide the scapula down the back. Pull and plug the shoulders in, the head of the humerus or upper arm bone in. And then again, notice that might tuck your chin, really lift your chin. Press into the center back of the head, squeeze onto your block. And now we're going to reach through the right arm, through the right knee. Inhale and lengthen out that right side body. Exhale, come on back to neutral. Inhale, reach through left arm, hand and knee, squeeze the block. As you exhale, back to neutral, lift the chin, press into the head. Let's do it again, each side with your breath. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, center. Again. Once more, each side. And then ripple on down. You can put your block off to the side for now. Probably feel a little warmth in there if you were working that. And let's just get some stretching out of some of that stuff that we worked. A little massage as well into the outer hips. So step your feet as wide as your mat, arms up overhead on the floor. Inhale both knees to one side and reach through the hands, reach through the knees. Breath as full as you can there. As you exhale, pull the knees back, navel back, knees through center. Inhale, knees to the other side, stretch it out. Breath as full as you can and exhale, navel back, knees through center. Follow your breath. We're going about 10 more breaths, so about 5 more times to each side. And last breath or 2 to each side. Do whatever you need to get even on both sides. And we're going to go through this whole sequence here, unwinding from our chair seats. So my little sequence that I love, if you've been with me a while, you know it. Feet wide, both knees to one side. Cross that ankle over the opposite thigh. Draw that thigh down and stretch the arms up. If you want to add more quad psoas to this and your knee is okay with it, reach down with the same side hand and draw that bottom foot in towards your seat. As long as everything's okay with that, stretch the arms back up. Take hold of that wrist and lean up and over away from that knee. So you're lengthening the bottom side body, arching over on the floor towards your upper side body. And big full breaths here in the nose. And out the mouth, soft jaw, soft tongue, about 5 more deep, full breaths. Last deep full inhale here. Please stay longer if your body asks you to, or we're going to get more into the external rotators. As you exhale, keep the setup of the legs, pick it up, and interlace the hands behind that bottom thigh. So you'll thread the hands between the legs and around outside the leg. And then pull that bottom thigh back. Use your top elbow to ease the top thigh away. And play with those opposite actions. Pull in as you press away. Flex that top foot a whole lot so the ankle is straight and strong. Soften the jaw and breathe here as you play with just the isometrics of pull and press, root sacrum, lift lower back, or rock and roll it around if that feels better for you. Any breathful movement here. Keep the jaw very soft. And those letting go breaths, giving the hips and the nervous system permission to melt and let go of any undue tension. And you could stay with this longer, or to give a little more release to low back and strength for low back, we strengthen the core. This shape is great for it with the opening of the hip. So keeping this strength, the squaring of the top knee and ankle, that's clearly strong flex of the top ankle. If you want to add the core, interlace the hands behind the head. Inhale here, elbows wide, shoulders on the back. As you exhale, pull that bottom knee back, navel back, and sacrum and shoulders incidentally curl up. Try to get both scapula off the earth. Inhale, open back to the earth. And as you exhale, bottom knee pulls back, navel back, sacrum and shoulders curl up. Follow your breath. Let's go 8 more. Otherwise, you can go back to where we were or play with anything stretchy from there. Last 2 or 3. Keep that setup of the legs for a moment, any variation of the arms, and bridge up. Press into the back body, squeeze and lift your hips. Breathe, front body open, bridge with the hip variation. Big inhale, lifting up, bright, and exhale, ripple on down. Unwind your legs. Step the feet again as wide as your mat, knees bent. And inhale, both knees to one side, stretch it out. And exhale, back through center. Let your breath lead. We'll just go nice, yummy, stretchy, breathful moments here. And then take your time. Next time, both knees come to the opposite side that you were on last time. Cross that bottom top ankle over the side you're moving towards. Cross that ankle over the now bottom thigh. And stay with that. This side could be different. Maybe that's enough. Or maybe reach down for the bottom ankle or foot and draw it in towards your seat. Stay there. Again, if you want a little more extension on that front body line, take hold of that bottom side wrist and pull up and over a bit towards the top side knee. And breathe that length there. Big breaths in the nose, out the mouth. 4 or 5 more breaths. And last breath or so, please stay longer there or inhale here. And following the exhale, keep the setup of the legs, pick it up. Interlace the hands behind that bottom thigh, wrapping around it. Pull that bottom thigh back as you ease the top thigh away. Really flex that top foot strongly so the ankle is straight and strong. Ease that top thigh away, squaring up that top ankle and knee, and relax the jaw. Again, maybe you just play with the isometrics there. Pull in as you press away. Root the sacrum down as you maybe try to work lower back curve up. Or as inspired, feel free to rock and roll that around. Lost breath or two with this shape in this way. Or of course, you can get into anything stretchy there. When you're ready, maybe you add the core. Please try to keep that top ankle strong, ankle and knees squared as much as you can. Interlace the hands behind the head. Inhale here, keep the elbows wide as though they were resting on the floor still, scapula on the back. And as you exhale, pull that bottom knee back towards your face and navel back towards the spine, sacrum and shoulder blades curl up. Inhale, open, exhale, we're pulling ribs and hips together, curling up. Inhale, open, 8 more. Squeeze that breath out. Try not to pull the head at all. And take your time. Once you feel complete there, you're gonna land that bottom foot again. Press into the arms in any way, working the shoulders on the back. Press into that bottom heel. Squeeze your glutes a bit. Lift your hips, lift your chest, lift your chin. Breathe that front body opening once more. Last inhale, lift it up right as you exhale, ripple it on back down. Hug your knees into your chest. You could give a little rock side to side in the spine if you liked there. And then we're gonna begin a little rock forward and back on the spine lengthwise and just up to sit. If sitting on the floor is uncomfortable for you, you could sit onto a pillow or some such thing. And we're just going to bring some more fluidity into our spine and all of it, really, hips and shoulders here too. So when you're ready, inhale, hands to knees, pull the lower back in and the heart forward. As you exhale, pull the navel back and round through your spine. Let your breath lead. Inhale, riding that wave of breath. Exhale, curling in. And last breath or so with just this fluid, linear movement. Next time that you curl back, or as you're ready, circular, pull on that right knee, torso to the side, and then press and spin around to the other side. So big circles, you're fully rolling through the bowl of the pelvis and spiraling through the spine. Daria, if you have any specific requests, let me know. Otherwise, we're just kind of going basic full body here, hips and shoulders, lots of spinal, relieving ourselves from our chairs. And then take your time as inspired, or next time you come to the back, switch directions. And then when you're ready, we're going to rock back a bit with your ankles crossed, and then rock, if it's right for your body, over the ankles and onto hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Claw the fingertips so strongly that you can very easily light the wrists up off the earth. And let's pulse that a few times. It'll work for strong hands, fluid wrists, claw fingertips, and just pump those wrists and palms up off the earth. For 3, 2, One. Strong hands and knees underneath the hips. Pull hands towards your knees and lift the tail, lift the crown as you widen the shoulders. Really stretch shoulders wide and onto the back. As you exhale, push into the earth, lift the navel and drop the tailbone and crown. Let's inhale here in cat. Stretching out behind the back. And as you exhale, melt your spine back down to the earth. Inhale, pull the shoulder blades down the back, stretching wide across the chest. And as you exhale, pull the navel and drop tail and drop crown. We're going to inhale both poses today and use the exhale for the transition. So again, you're inhaling your cat and you're exhaling, melting through. Inhaling your cow and exhaling, transitioning. Inhaling here, exhaling, transition. 2 more sets. And then find neutral. Inhale, and as you exhale, turn, look over the right hip or right shoulder, squeezing right ear, hip, and shoulder together. Inhale back to center, and exhale, wagging your tail to the other side. Look back as far as you can. As you look back, you're pulling that opposite shoulder down the back. Let's go a couple more times to each side. So you're getting a stretch there between the neck and shoulder. Look back with your eyes as far as you can too, so that you're stretching your eyes, and breathe that stretch of your eyes. Once again, each side. And then push the earth away. Last bit on the hands here. Rounding now, squeezing together on one side, open up, squeeze together on the other side, curl in. Full circles. Switch directions next time you get to the bottom. And then come on forward onto your forearms. Walk the feet back. Inhale here, strong core, ears, shoulders, ribs, hips in alignment. And exhale, lower the hips down. Elbows are under the shoulders. Pull with your forearms down the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades onto the back and shine your heart forward. Big full breath. Push into your pubic bone and sacrum and lift and lengthen up out of that long spine. Keep the back of the neck long, little dip of the chin, and slide the ears back over the shoulders as they work on the back. Another big breath cycle here. And then one more inhale here, turn your toes under. And as you exhale, we're going to come up into forearm plank. Strong core, follow your breath. Inhale, lower down, squeeze the shoulders on the back, shine the heart forward, toes can stay under. Exhale, lift from the navel. Forearm plank. Let's go 5 more. Last 2. And lower down, back to Sphinx pose. You can release the toes now. Drag your heart forward, long spine. Push into your fulcrum there of your sacrum and pubic bone. Lengthen up. And then drag your heart forward, lengthen your spine down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Rest the forehead for a moment and just roll the shoulders. And now let's interlace the hands on your sacrum. Interlace the hands and push into that clasp of the hands. Push down into sacrum and pubic bone as much as you can. Really press down. Use that pressing down to bounce the shoulders and elbows onto the back. Point through the toes. root into the sacrum so much that maybe you feel the legs and the chest getting lighter and lift up. You could stay there with that press down or pull the hands back. Of course, if you can't clasp the hands easily here or at all, you could use a strap between the hands or hook your thumbs or just reach the arms back and press into the sacrum. 3 more breaths. Strengthening the spine, back body core. Next exhale, lower on down. Extend the right arm out to the right, straight from the shoulder out to the side. Draw those left fingers in towards your left shoulder and push into the left fingers. Step the left foot behind your right knee. So you're going to roll open onto your right side there. If you can, palm down straight out to the side. Lisa, if it's too much for the shoulder, then, just go where's right for you. But if you got room, straight out to the side. Yeah, so I'll demonstrate from the side. You can see it's here out to the side, and then you press into the other hand and roll open. Once you roll open, you can press into those front fingers to work the shoulders on the back. You could rest the forearm on the low back and push into that to bounce the shoulder on the back. Or if you want to go deeper, add a little more quad psoas, more back bend. Maybe you can reach down for that bottom ankle or foot and kick it back towards the bottom hand. Wherever you're at, try to relax the neck. If the neck doesn't relax there, give it a pillow. The foot can always just step back behind you, or it could stretch back and rest. You can put something under it too if you need. Any variations? Soft neck, soft jaw, deep full breaths. Again, if this is a strain on the neck, support your head with a pillow. Otherwise, it can be a nice release for that neck shoulder connection with a soft jaw and soft tongue. Deep full breath. Letting go breaths. I've been playing with this echo inhale lately. It's said to help relax the vagus nerve with just one breath. There was a neuroscience I was listening to, scientist I was listening to saying, all these exercises for the vagus nerve, that's all you have to do is go, and your vagus nerve is stimulated, relaxed, grounded. Like, okay, it's that easy. I can feel it for sure. And I love all the other things that I do for vagus nerve work. But if you want to try that whenever anything is too tight or you realize you're getting distracted or overstimulated, that one is tuning that nerve. Please stay longer here if you like. If you've got a hold of that top ankle or foot, what I like to do here is very slowly draw the knees back together. So you get a nice tractioning between that ear and shoulder. Stay with it as you like. When you're ready, roll back to your belly. Press into the hand of that extended arm and just roll the shoulder around. It's going to get a nice rush of synovial fluid and freshly oxygenated blood about now. And then when you're ready, you can go to second side. Extend the left arm or your second side out to the side, palm down, straight out from the shoulder. Press into those right fingers, or again, your second side. Work that top shoulder onto the back. Relax the neck, ears fairly in line with the shoulders. Support yourself as needed. Notice how this side could be different. And just let it be interesting what's there for you today. Stay there, or forearm to the low back, back of the forearm pushes in, work the shoulder on the back. Stay there, or maybe you reach back for that top ankle or foot and kick it back towards the bottom hand. Lift your chest with breath, maybe that echo inhale, and surrender into the shape of your pause. Long, slow, delicious breaths, any sounds or variations that feel good for you. Please stay there longer if you like, maybe 2 or 3 more breaths. If you've got a hold of that top ankle or foot, again, you might play with very slowly drawing the knees back together and breathe that tractioning of a neck-shoulder connection. Whenever you're done with that, roll on back to the belly, forehead, press into that extended arm hand, and roll that shoulder around so it gets a nice fresh wash. And then as inspired, nice strong legs, hands under shoulders, point your toes straight back, give the shoulders a nice roll around. And as inspired, come up into cobra. So first really pull with the hands, elbows and shoulders down the back as far as you can. Push into the pubic bone and sacrum and lift up. If that's a lot for you, maybe come a lot lower. Really let this be about drawing elbows and shoulder blades towards the hips. You could stay very low. You could pulse in and out of it. And again, feel into using that power of rooting the sacrum and pubic bone to lift up. Feel how that strength there can take the pressure out of the low back. So coming in and out, or come to your edge at the top whenever you're ready to or inspired to, and shine the heart forward, pulling hands back, shoulders back. Inhale there as you exhale. Again, turn, look over one shoulder while pulling the other shoulder down the back. Soft jaw. Other side. Maybe one side's a little tighter. Stay there longer or flow a little side to side. And once you feel complete with your twisty cobra there, make your way back, child's pose. And let's go extended child's pose, hands out in front of you. Push your hips back. Maybe you give the hips a little wiggle, a little wag of your tail there, and breathe your low back. Deep full breaths into the low back. Let's get a little more attention to the shoulders here and the upper middle back, the thoracic spine. So first reach the arms way out, pull on the earth and drag your shoulder blades down the back. Reach the heart towards the earth. Try to keep some of that muscular action now as you roll thumbs up and then thumbs open to the sides. Thumbs towards the earth as much as you can, maybe even so much you spin the pinkies up towards the sky. And breathe that rotation in your throat, shoulders, and the stretch in your thoracic spine between the scapula, your rhomboids, that connection point for lots of what holds your head on to your spine. Big breaths here. If you want to bring in a little more nervous system work, by way of vibration, I invite you to Brahmari or bee's breath here. We'll do a couple rounds, long NG, like the end of the Om. And we look to vibrate that up the body by adding a lift of pelvic floor, navel, maybe tip of the tongue and eyes, all towards third eye center. Inhale, back body. And let's bring the hands together, bend into the elbows, walk the elbows forward, stretch through the triceps, reach the heart down. If there's any sharp pain in the knees, please open the knees up a bit or pad them as you need to behind them or underneath them. Otherwise, here a little more thoracic, heart melting, breath into the shoulders, upper back. You could stay there just with the hands bent, or you could elbows bent, hands at the back of the head, or you could play with little pulsations, hands pointing straight up to sky and then pulsing back towards the base of the skull. Optionally here, a little free massage moment. You could
Grab the tops of your shoulders there, your trapezius muscles, give them a little squeeze, a little rub, like you're kind of squeeging them out. Squeeze with the side of your finger and big pat of your thumb, and then slide the top finger over the thumb. Oh, squeezing out the shoulders. Breathful. You could work that up into the neck. And maybe stack the hands on the neck above and below each other, the length of the neck. And give some squeezy circle there. Wash your neck out. A little more vagus nerve attention. As inspired, you could bring the hands up to the base of the skull and rub your scalp side to side or in circles on either side of where the spine meets the skull. Last couple of breaths here. Unwind. If you want to stay super mellow here, you could just slide the right knee forward into a pigeon. Otherwise, we are going to come into pigeon, but I want to offer you to ripple up onto your hands and knees. Claw the fingertips against strong hands and hip circles out to the side, drawing circles with that knee. And switch directions. And again, you could just bring the knee in and slide towards pigeon, or a little bit of core here. Lift the knee high towards your tricep or shoulder, slide it down towards the outer wrist. Inhale, lift up, exhale with the breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slide in the inside the hand, walk the back foot back as far as you can. Again, if this is a lot of pressure on your knee for any reason, lie in your back, same shape, or pad under your shin or calf. You could take pause here to walk the hands back, squeeze the hip square, puff up the chest. Breathe here. Any variations here if you're feeling more playful or stretchy. Otherwise, coming down to ground. Walk the arms forward, push your hips back along the spine, and rest your head on your props, your hands, or just on the earth. You're welcome, of course, to open that bottom heel wider towards the left elbow or hand. And that'll be a bigger pigeon, otherwise sort of a swan pigeon here, a gentler variation. Big breaths in the nose and let go out the mouth. Invite your muscles and bones to soften and relax a bit. There's a little hug to center so we don't fall over to the side. But besides that, we're just allowing a draping of the upper body over the hips. Letting go breaths, any of those vibrations or breath practices to, again, tune your nervous system. Three or four more long, slow breaths here. Please stay as you like. Otherwise, when you're ready, press into the hands, drape up, move slowly, stay in that mellow, yummy energy and slide that knee back. When you're ready, maybe stretch that top leg back, roll over the toes or Shake out the knee, whatever feels good there. That looks great, Daria. I just want to do that for a moment too. Side body, yeah. Good, inspired by you, all my muses. Thank you. And when you're ready, back to hands and knees. Strong core, long spine. Pull hands and knees towards one another, lengthen out. Melt the heart. As you're ready, left knee opens to the side, big hip circles. As inspired, follow the breath, switch directions. And then left knee up to your outer tricep or shoulder, slide it down to the wrist. Pull it back up, tricep or shoulder, slide it down to the wrist. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee inside the left hand. Walk the back foot back as far as you can. Walk the hands back if you did on the other side. The whole puffed up pigeon here. Dragging the heart forward, square the shoulders, plug in some hugging in core strength here. Stay in play upright as you like, or as inspired. Walk it out. Press your hips back, long spine. Find a rest for your forehead. And big breaths in the nose and out the mouth. Letting go breaths. All those sounds, variations. Bowing in, melting, honoring your edge wherever it's at, supporting yourself as needed. Maybe this side's different. You need some support or variation here. What does your breath say? And wherever you're at, thank you, body. Thank you, body. Last 3 or 4 breaths here. Please stay longer if your body asks you to. When you're ready, we're going to unwind so slowly, keeping that softness, that sense of ease. We'll unwind, stretch that leg back, push through the toes, maybe rock through that hip or root into the outside of the foot and stretch out that side body. What did you do on the other side? What does this side want? Let it be interesting. Play as you like with that. When you're ready, roll on through to lie on your back. You can have any props nearby. You might want to grab them now that you might want for supported final resting. Otherwise, just make your way to lie on your back, hug your knees in, give a little rock. And then we're going to take a final twist here. So we'll bring, both knees to one side. As much as you can, the knees stay stacked and the sacrum stays level.
You're welcome to add any variations of twist. Otherwise, let's push that top thigh bone down so the hip moves away from the ribs, and stretch that top arm up. So you're lengthening that top side body as much as you can. Big inhale into the length of that top side body, and then float the arm open. Try to keep those knees connected. Your shoulder may not land in this way with the knees connected, top side body or spine long. That's okay. You could support under your elbow, or just work from the more rooted shoulder, cross chest, and hang out wherever that hangout is. And deep breaths. In the nose, your breath is rinse water wash. And out the mouth, extend that exhale and wring it out. Yeah, nice to see some therapeutics going on there. Thank you for listening to your body. Do whatever is right for you, or just hold the pose steady. We've got about 7 more breaths here. And if your body is just beginning to melt or feel delicious there, please stay where you are. Otherwise, slow and steady hug in, come back to center. Again, you might rock and feel your back body neutralize, and pause a moment as inspired. Both knees over to the other side. So you roll all the way over onto that side. Really stack the knees up, make sure they're connected and aligned. And then press that top hip down. Stretch that top arm up. Lengthen side, body, and spine as much as you can. And then flow that arm open, palm up, shoulder blade down, out to the side from the shoulder. Lift and turn the head as far as you can. Inhale bright as you exhale, press from that more rooted shoulder, cross body into the other shoulder. Deep full breaths here. And any movements or variations that your body's asking for, about 7 more breaths. Please stay there longer if you like, or come on back to center. Again, take a pause. Please move slowly. Neutralize your spine and center with a little rock, hugging in. Optionally, you could turn that into happy baby at any point, holding ankles or feet, and flex the feet to the sky as you draw the knees down towards the earth. Use your elbows to ease the knees wide. Pull the knees down, press the heels up, and at the same time, work your sacrum to the earth. Try to get your low back curve up. All those little actions in isometric tension help to release low back more. So you could just play with those. Knees down, heels up, sacrum down, low back up. Or
You could use the elbows and press one knee and then the other out to the side towards the earth and rock your happy baby. Breathe into that rock, riding the breath. And listen here as you wind down. Are there any other last movements or shapes here that you would like to feel complete with your practice? Anything you like, or begin to unwind towards Shavasana or any supported final resting pose. It could be a meditative seat if you would prefer. Once you come to find your final resting shape, inhale and squeeze your muscles to the bones. Hug muscles to bones. Inhale, gather up any tension, hold it, exaggerate it, and then exhale, melt. Melt, let go. Again, if there's any residual tension or busyness, even if it's just in one area, maybe just focus on that one area, or inhale full body. Hold, inhale, squeeze, hold, exaggerate it, hold, and exhale, let go. Melt, melt, melt. Continue that if you like, or just surrender your body to the earth. Let your muscles and bones be heavy, soft, relaxed. Maybe take a big intentional breath. Maybe simply, slowly release any efforting from the breath and simply witness the natural rise and fall of the breath, lifing itself to you, through you, as you. And as we observe lifing itself through this body, may we trust the flow of life, how we're being breathed, all things coming in and out of form, all things with their cycle. May we be at ease in the body. May we be at ease in the mind. May we be at ease with one another. May we be at ease in the world. Notice the meeting points of your body and the floor. Sense the earth beneath you, holding and nourishing you. Remember yourself as part of this earth, ever changing, renewing, healing. Notice that you're being breathed. Remember your vast, infinite, undefinable sky self. Welcome this life force as it pours into your body. Notice the sublime, ecstatic response of embodiment, welcoming breath, delighted with this opportunity to dance in embodiment. Invite your breath to deepen and lengthen. Breathe and repeat your yes to life. And of course, you're at home. You can stay with that as long as you like. Or as inspired, continue to deepen and lengthen the breath until it inspires you to movement. Maybe a little wiggle of fingers and toes. A spiraling of wrists and ankles. A stretching of your form along the earth. And follow any exhale to step your feet to the earth or your props there, and then roll to one side. Let your bottom arm be your pillow, and the top arm hug the knees in. Pause on your side. Thank you, body. And follow any inhale to press into earth and drape up, soft neck, eyes closed, awareness inward. Come back to any easy seat. And hands could rest on the legs or on your torso as inspired anywhere. Feel your body, your breath, your aliveness. Remember your connection to all beings. Breathe and repeat your heart's yes. Your yes to life, your intention. What are you choosing to shine out this year, this day, at this time? And may all of our effort and energy nourish that yes. May it be for the greatest good. May all beings benefit. May all beings awaken to our interconnectedness. May they be joyous and free. Exhale and pour your breath out. Inhale your heart's yes, if you will. Join me. One great Om, vibrating our intentions out, sealing our practice together today. And take pause to bow in to the light of your own heart, and to that very same light within all beings. Namaste. And to the earth, Jai Ma. Thank you, Bhumi Ma. And thank you all for practicing. Thank you for practicing with me. It's wonderful to see you and share this practice with you. Drink lots of water. Feel free to say hi, bye, or ask any questions if you're here live. Otherwise, reach out online. Thank you.